You a boss, I'm a boss too. Little baby, when I pull it, what you gon' do? No L's, all dubs, what I'm used to. Quick, can't get this bag, just me.
No, baby, no pongas música. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about something super important, and it is how you can get out of a dark depression episode or deal with your anxiety. So this is something I actually learned through somebody on social media. That's why I believe that social media is so powerful, and although there's a negative side to social media, there can also be such a positive side where we can all help each other, uplift each other, teach each other different things. And this girl spoke about the number one thing that helped her align her life again and basically dig herself up out of that pit hole. And I decided to give it a shot, and it really worked, guys. So that number one thing is routine. And I know it sounds weird. I know some people have a negative connotation when it comes to routine. Whenever you think of routine, you think of like stress. You think of, oh my god, like the daily routine is stressful. Like repeating things in and out can be stressful. It's such a drag. Actually, I saw a statistic, 80% of Americans feel like they're stuck in a routine, but that's not what I'm talking about. A routine doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing day in and day out. You cater your routine to your circumstances. So for example, recently I enrolled into night class, and I had to greatly change my routine because my bedtime used to be at 9. Now at 9 I'm still in class, and after class I have homework to do. So you have to cater your routine due to your circumstances. Maybe because of COVID you're at home more, you have different responsibilities now. Maybe right now you're not working, so you change your routine as your life changes. Why is routine so important to people with mental illness? Because it gives you a purpose to get up in the morning. It gives you basically a guideline of how you want your day to go. 2 years ago, I went into such a deep depression. You can ask anybody that knew me during that time. I would lay in my bed, I would look up, down, and around in the darkness. I wouldn't get up. I would hold my pee as much as I could because I would not get up from the bed. I literally had no goals of what I was gonna do that day. There was some points in my depression that I did work because I had to pay rent, but then sometimes in my depression I would just not even work, stay at home. I dropped my classes a lot of times. I would enroll in school and drop. And if you guys have ever been through that type of episode, you guys know it's a constant vicious cycle, because you get triggered by whatever it is that triggers your depression, but then you stay digging yourself in that pit hole because you feel like you're crap. You feel like you're not doing anything with your life. You feel like you're a failure. You feel like everybody around you is talking about you. And it's this constant vicious cycle of, I'm sad, I'm not doing anything with my life, and then next day I'm still not doing anything with my life, I'm even more sad, and it just continues, and it can feel almost impossible to get out of. At some point I thought I lost my friends. I had no communication with my friends. It was hard because I feel like nobody knew what I was going through, and I isolated myself. And I'll talk about depression in many other episodes, but another thing is you have to do exactly the opposite of what your body's telling you to do. So a depressed person is gonna want to stay home, is gonna not feel desire to do the things they love, is gonna want to isolate yourself. But you have to do the exact opposite. You have to try to socialize. You have to try to step out of your house. You have to try to get up and do things, and that's where routine comes into play. So my depression episode lasted actually 2 years. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but like I said, I was in and out of depression. I was in and out of school. I was in and out of work. For a lot of the time, I was just spending time with myself and really in a pit hole. And I don't know, it got to the point where I feel like those 2 years I didn't do much, and not to be mean to myself, but I didn't really go further in life. Throughout those 2 years, I was stuck. I let myself be stuck. And 2020 came around, and for everybody it was a slap in the face. One bad thing after another bad thing after another bad thing. But oddly enough, 2 years ago my depression and anxiety were worse than during the quarantine. Now, for a lot of you guys, I feel like it's the opposite. I've been seeing the opposite. So a lot of healthy people mentally were struggling mentally during the quarantine. Why? Because now your whole life changed. You know, we don't respond to stress in a good way. You know, we start getting anxiety, our mind starts running, we're home now, we lost our jobs, we, you know, so many things. People lost their parents, their kids. Like, these times are hard, are very, very hard for anybody. I don't care who you are in the world, these times are tough. We're all going through it this year. However, for me, this year has still been far better than my last 2 years, and that's because I started off this year setting up a routine. So for me, I like to tell myself what time I'm getting up and what time I'm going to bed. Now, I had a nutritionist tell me that it's the best thing ever for your body when it has a constant schedule. So let's say if your wake up time is 9 a.m., it should be 9 a.m. from Monday to Sunday. Your body doesn't care it's the weekend. Your body needs to keep getting up at the same time. If bedtime is 10 p.m., then you should go to sleep at 10 p.m. every day. And he did say, of course, you can give yourself an hour of leeway. So that 1 hour of leeway is basically for the weekend. So let's talk about my numbers. So for me, my schedule was bedtime 9 p.m., wake up time 5 p.m. So on a weekend, if I had a little movie date with my boyfriend or something, I can go to sleep at 10. That was fine. And then the next morning, I can wake up 1 hour later at 6. That was perfectly fine. My body's still used to around the same time frame. But when you are like one day going to bed at midnight, the other day going to bed at 8 p.m., the other day going to bed at 5 a.m., it's really tough on your body. You start either sleeping too much or sleeping too little. You start becoming tired. Your depression symptoms can start flaring up, because when we're not taking care of our bodies overall, everything starts flaring up. That is one thing that I took into account, what my nutritionist said for my health, which was to always have a constant schedule, and also, of course, the constant schedule of eating. I have alarms. I'm very specific about the timing of my day. You guys don't have to be this specific. I know people don't like being this specific, but some of you guys might. So I have alarms on my phone, and it'll ring at 5 a.m. That's wake up time. Then at 5:15 is a fasted cardio time. I have like 15 minutes to do cardio. Then I'm gonna go and do breakfast. Then I'm gonna go shower. Then I'm gonna go and do my lunch. Then I'm gonna dedicate 2 hours to homework. Then I'm gonna do one other workout. Then I'm gonna eat a snack. Like, I have all these alarms for different things, and believe it or not, when you plan out your day, you have so much to look forward to because you have so much to do. And when your mind is working at the task at hand, you don't allow your mind to race. So with depression and anxiety, a main thing is racing thoughts. When you are so concentrated on the tasks that you're doing, that symptom kind of is tamed, and it really, really helps. So for me, a lot of my day I'm cooking breakfast and I'm cooking lunch for everybody. Then a lot of the day I'm studying. Then a part of the day I'm trying to get a workout in, and all of these things cause satisfaction. So that's another thing. Incorporate things in your day that are not only, oh my gosh, stressful, like school. No, incorporate things that are going to bring immediate satisfaction. For me, the immediate satisfaction is cooking and then seeing my end result and being happy about it, serving it to my parents and them enjoying their food. That's my immediate satisfaction. Another immediate satisfaction is filming. I film, I have a video, then I can edit it and post it. I love doing it. So you have to really find the hobbies or your passions that you can get immediate satisfaction from, whether it's journaling, drawing a picture, painting, writing poems, anything that will bring you immediate happiness. And of course, guys, trust me, if you right now are feeling depressed, you're probably like, what the hell, like, I'm not gonna feel happy. Like, doing these things aren't gonna make me feel happy, because when you're depressed, you feel numb. That's the reality. But trust me, when you keep doing it day in and day out, you're gonna snap yourself out of it. You're gonna feel productive. Even if you don't feel satisfied because you're not happy, you're gonna feel more productive, and slowly it's kind of like crawling out of that pit hole. It's gonna get way better, trust me. Somebody who went through 2 years depression, now 2020, one of the weirdest years of our lives. I'm not saying I'm striving, but it's one of my best years with mental health. It's one of the better years for me, despite the circumstances around me, because when you have a schedule, when you have a routine, you take a little bit back of that control. Like I said, during this time, a lot of us had a lot of things that we couldn't control, whether it's losing a person or losing a job. Those were things we couldn't control. We couldn't control this pandemic from spreading. Well, we could have controlled it if some of y'all started wearing masks, but anyway, that's besides the point. There were certain things that we couldn't control, but you could control how you deal with things. You could control how you take upon your day, how you wake up. Gratitude is a big thing. I wake up every day and I say thank you. I say thank you to the universe because I'm alive, because I get to plan out my day, because I get to do all these things. There's people right now suffering in the street. There's people right now who don't have a phone to be watching YouTube. So gratitude is something major to practice, especially when you do have depression, because it's so easy to fall into that negativity. But once you realize the art of gratitude, it really, really, really makes everything easier. So yeah, that's something I've told a lot of my friends. A lot of people have told me, you know, like, how do you deal with your anxiety? And again, it works for both ways, depression or anxiety, because when you're anxious, you're just thinking about things. You're not really able to do much because you're so focused in your thoughts. But if you give yourself something to do every minute of the day, you're gonna end up tired by the end of the day because you got so much done. And not only that, you weren't necessarily overthinking. Like for me, when I cook, I'm not overthinking anything. It's my happy time. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna make that chicken the tastiest chicken I can make. I'm thinking about, you know, like my sides. What am I gonna do for a side? How am I gonna do it? Should I search up a new recipe? I'm thinking about all these things that involve my task at hand, which doesn't give me time to overthink everything else. Same thing here. Like whatever you choose to do, you're thinking about that. Even if it's focusing on your studies. I know a lot of people don't like to spend too much time studying, but if your end goal is to have this career that entitles you to study a lot, you know, break it down. Do an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, and guess what? You got 2 hours a day done. And do it consistently, because once you're consistent, it also brings a major satisfaction. There's certain things that will give you a delayed satisfaction feeling. So working out is one of those things where you work out and it's not like, oh my god, I just did abs, I just did crunches, wow, now I have a six-pack, yay, I'm satisfied. No, it's a thing where you're gonna become satisfied with months of hard work, with years of hard work. It's just the reality. But you have to keep in mind your end goal, and that still will give you in the long run some satisfaction, which again, it all ties into helping uplift you and helping you get out of that pit hole. I wanted just to update you guys. I started my channel in April, and I had said, you know, I had told you guys to look at me and to like analyze me, how I looked, my face, everything, and I told you guys that I was gonna lose weight gradually, and this would be a more gradual and slow paced thing. So maybe I'll look very similar in a month, but in a year and a half, I'm gonna see those big changes and all of these things. And honestly, I don't know if I look any different from that video, but the scale says otherwise. I definitely have lost weight. I'm almost at the 20-pound mark. And again, I was able to do this during a quarantine, during high stress levels, during times where I couldn't leave my house. I didn't go to a gym, I didn't do anything like that, but it was the constant routine, the fact that I was getting enough sleep, the fact that I was waking up every day to do stuff and not laying on my bed all day. It was that type of thing that really helped me lose some weight during these times. So I will have a video regarding my weight loss and how you guys can lose 20 pounds in around 2 months, so stay tuned for that. I think he's just trying to flex in the background. Oh, he has also lost a lot of weight during this quarantine, and he's gained a lot of muscle mass. So again, it's a thing about being disciplined, being determined, and having that routine. Jot down your to-do list for the next day. again, like, every day doesn't have to be the same. Maybe tomorrow will look a little different than the day after, but plan it out so that the next morning when you wake up, you have a plan. You know, it's kind of like when you go to work, what do you have to do? You have to plan out your day. You have to plan out when you're gonna wake up, when you're gonna get there, what time you're coming back home, what time you're getting to home to cook dinner. So do the same thing, but do it with your whole day. Don't do it just for the portion of the day when you're going to work. Do it for your entire day. Okay, so I'm home from work, now what? Am I gonna dedicate an hour to doing house chores? Am I gonna dedicate an hour to playing with my kids? You know, really time out your day. And that also helps with family time, because some of us say, oh, well, we don't have time to spend with family. Like, that is part of why I get into these depressive episodes, because I don't have time to be with my family. I don't have time to be happy and joking, and, you know, basically I don't have time to have a distraction. A lot of people, especially in the United States, where we're all on the hustle 24/7, a lot of people say that. But I feel like if we take advantage of the 24 hours in the day that we have, if we really plan out what we're doing, if we start letting go of watching Netflix 2 hours a day, or texting for an hour a day, or, you know, all these little things that aren't that important, if we let go of those things and replace them with things that are going to bring us happiness, then it's really going to change your life. Like, for me, guys, I am happy to say that I cannot sit in front of the television for more than 20 minutes. And the only reason I can sit in the television for 20 minutes is because that's how long it takes for me to eat my meals. So when I'm eating, I watch TV. But after I am done eating, I don't want to watch TV. I want to continue with the plan for the day. So today, I just ate dinner. And I was in the middle of starting a movie with my boyfriend. It was supposed to be like a little date. And don't get me wrong, you guys could have dates. You guys can schedule downtime. That's the whole point, schedule downtime. But I had already had my downtime for the day, so I wasn't gonna have double downtime. I didn't feel like I needed it. I was motivated just to keep my day going. What did I do? I told him, hey, is it fine if we just pause the movie? We'll continue tomorrow. I need to film my video. Like, that's part of my schedule today, film this video. But yeah, guys, I really hope that helped. I really hope it made sense. If you guys want more in depth, or you guys just want to tell me your situation and you want to talk about it, you guys can always DM me. My DMs are always open. I promise to talk more about mental health on my channel, because that is my overall passion, and just health in general. I want to bring you guys along more with this weight loss journey, because I feel like a lot of people think I was just talking out of my when I said I'm gonna lose weight this year. But no, guys, I'm losing weight. And maybe, I don't know, like, maybe you can't tell, but that's fine, because like I said, it's gradual. So maybe in like 5 months you'll be able to tell, wow, she really is losing weight. But for now, I only care about the reality of the numbers, because when you're extremely overweight, every number counts. Every number helps you become less at risk for like heart disease and all these major things. So I'm very grateful for the weight loss that I have achieved thus far, and I will continue, guys. We're a little over the half mark of this year, but we can make this year amazing. We can turn this year around. Like I said, I know a lot of us are still going through it, but really it's the mindset that you guys have. It's that mindset that's gonna be the fuel to your future. And there's a quote that I saw that I want to share and end it with this: the secret to your future lies within your daily routine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell button to get notified every single time I post a new video, and hit the like button and comment down below any video suggestions you guys have. And I'll see you next time, guys. Ciao. You guys, I forgot to mention this. I actually already took out my contacts. It's bedtime for me. But really quick, I wanted to mention that I did launch my website, you guys. It's all health and beauty products. Right now I only have one thing in the health boutique, which is the health portion of my site, but so many things are to come, so many things are launching. I hope you guys can check out my website. It's forqueensboutique.com. I appreciate everybody's support. If you guys can share it on Instagram, if you guys can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their grandma to tell their auntie, I would appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for your constant support. I love you guys.